Well, hello all. Hopefully we've got some of you joining us for our brand new launch. Let's see who we've got coming with us. Well, it looks like we're connected to both. Hello, Margaret. How are you? It says connected to YouTube and Facebook, so we might be quids in tonight. Who knows? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? No stress. No stress. That's hilarious. I hate technology, as you all know, so it always makes me chuckle to myself when we get YouTube and Facebook Live connected. Woohoo! But nobody's talking to me on Facebook yet, so I think it's only me and you, Margaret. Oh, it's all good on Facebook. Oh, that's YouTube, I think. I'm waiting to hear about Facebook. Oh, hello, Susan. Susan, I wonder if you could just ping me an email, reference the next Newcastle workshop, whether you will be attending it or not. Remember the conversation we had before because you couldn't come? That would be lovely. Hello, Tina. Hello, Martin. Hello, Sarah. You got me on both. Good grief, you got me in stereo. You're bonkers. Evening, Pat and Margaret. Oh, Kathy. So you have me on YouTube, but not on Facebook. Are you in the Honeydew Craft Facebook page, or are you on the Honeydew Craft Be Inspired page? You need to be on the main page. Just double check the date for me, Susan, and let me know. Hi, Sue. Hope you're well. Sue, just checking in. How is Mavis? Haven't spoken to her since just before the workshop, and I just wondered. I know she's going to be either seeing you or speaking to you, so just checking in. Hi, Tina. Right, so some of you may or may not know we've had a bit of a crazy. Got me on both. Thank you, Kathy. Hi, Eileen. Martin. Yes, that's what I was just saying. Hi, Sally. Long time no see. Hi, Mandy. Didn't see you that long ago. Yeah, so those of you that don't know, Martin had a little bit of an accident and he is wearing a boot and has ruptured or partially ruptured his Achilles tendon. So can't walk, can't drive, can't do very much apart from shuffle along on his crutches, bless him. He's doing what he can when he can, and that's how we're rolling at the moment. So things have been very stressful, to say the least. But we have got some new releases, so that's always a good start. So we will get started on those. I know we're a little bit earlier than we would normally release for new releases before TV, but we have got another crazy week. We go off tomorrow to get ready for Gateshead, which is on Sunday, the Stamporama Gateshead show. So if anybody's around, it's at the Gateshead Stadium. I will confirm. I think it's 10 till 3 or 4 on Sunday. And then we have TV on next Thursday. So Thursday the 10th. Hence we're doing this tonight because we won't be there next week. And then we're off to, I can't think where we're going from that. Oh, then we've got our Coventry workshop. Talking of which, we've had one lady that's had to cancel for Coventry, so we have got a space come available. So if anybody is interested, there is now a space. It has been sold out for months. So let us know if you want to come along. So let's flip round and have a look at these new goodies. I know, Kathy, I know how you've been there and done that. Hi, Michelle. So first off, I am going to whip that one. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Whip that one away for a moment. Good evening, Tom. That's the best way to be. Hi, Veronica. So first off, we have Floral Reasons. We've got this fabulous big die, and as always, they're pink. Let me grab my ones, and then I can show you. Where are we? I should have had these out to show you rather than trying to get into a package, shouldn't I? So, Floral Reasons. You can tell I've been playing with them. This is the size of your die. It's fab. Susan, that would be lovely to see you. Hi, Karen. So, yeah, first one. I've still got cardstock in there. Hang on, let me whip that bit out there. I've been playing. So a lovely big die. And the reason we've done them as one single die is because then you can just cut these extra pieces off. It helps us keep the prices down for you. Hopefully we'll see you Sunday, Dot. So first off, Floral Reasons. So as I say, they're all lovely pink dies again. Good, that's nice to hear, Sue. Mavis is one of our long-standing customers who's been coming to our workshops forever, but she's been a bit poorly. So if you are watching, Mavis, hello. Hope you're feeling better. Then our next one is Fragrant Sun. Now, you all loved this previously. We did it as a stamp. So with this one, you also get the 3 little layers of the rings in here. So you get the 3 nesting circles, I suppose, dinky ones to go on your sentiments. So I'll show you that one. As I say, it's all a bit I've been playing with them, so trying to keep all my junk out of it. This camera shot. So that's the large die. So you can see they're big dies, and then you've got the 3 little nesting pieces for your sentiments, or whatever you want to do, little circles as well, so they fit in there as well, like that. So you can layer it up as much as you like. And then we have next is all-time favourite, Butterflies and Flowers Large Corner. We have all the detail, and that's the one I'm going to be demoing with tonight if we get a chance. Let me grab that, because again I've been playing with that today. So fabulous big die, really pretty. I have had some really nice ideas with this. In fact, my head's been spinning all day about what I was going to do, and then I had to narrow it down for tonight's Facebook Live, because obviously I can't show you everything and then do a massive long Facebook Live. So yeah, we're doing our best to get you some pictures and show you the samples. And next is Floral with Love. Oh, let's do it that way around, and you've got an idea. So you get the lovely big floral. Now these, on this particular set, rather than lose them, I've done the 2 little flowers so they're still attached to the bigger die. Dawn, no, they don't. We have done it purposefully that they do not fit the stamps. They are reversed. So that would be very difficult to stamp it. Good evening, Amanda. Amanda beat everybody to it. She found them. They are available on our website already. So we've got Floral with Love. And then last but not least, we have got, oh, bear with me, Fine Wine. Fabulous die, perfect for absolutely any celebration. Again, one of our most popular stamps. This cut out for any occasion. You can do weddings, you can do, probably not a christening, but you could do weddings, you can do birthdays, you can do anniversaries, you can do engagements, you can do absolutely everything. Anything and everything. And again, lovely pink die, so you can't miss it. It's ours. So you've seen them, all the new dies. Now I'm going to show you all the new samples. Our design team have been busy little bees again. So bear with me, I'm trying to grab them as we're going. So first of all, we'll start with, we have got our first one with Fragrant Sun. Oh, twist that back around to caught that one. So this one's been done by Helen, and she's used the dotty circle stencil for the outside. She's laid it up a couple of times, and she's actually put a little bit of dimension into the rosebuds, tulips, whatever you want them to be, really. It could be anything. And they're in like 2s, but you can, if you wanted to, snip them so that they work separately. I've tried to do it so that they cover sort of all of the different styles that you could do with it, but keeping them as one to try and keep the costs down for you. That's the biggest thing at the moment. Obviously, I know everybody struggles, so we try and do better value for money, best value for money as we can. So second, we have another one from Helen, and she has used the leaf stencil in the background. I'm not sure where that thank you's from. I will try and find out which one it's from. Hi Ruth. Oh Tina, your birthday yesterday. See, all the best are born in April, aren't we? So again, and she's just added some colour there and popped that onto. It almost looks 3D on that picture actually. She's laid it down flat, but on the camera it almost looks 3D. She has put a little bit of foam on the gold circle, but that's all she's popped on there. Then we have one from Karen, and she has used mini sentiments for the sentiment in this, and sparkling crystal embossing powder on here, and a white gel pen. So she's given herself her own border. She's just done it in black, so it really pops, made her own backgrounds, and popped a little bit of white gel pen on the bud on each one of those. Another one from Karen, and this time again she has used, for this one, the sentiment is from the Floral Reasons stamp set, and she's used watercolours on here to make the background and some sparkling crystal embossing powder. I don't think it's going to pick it up. Hi Marianne. But she's put sparkling crystal on here too, and she's just outlined everywhere to make it pop out a little bit. Then we have one from Karen, or Carol even, another one from Carol. She's used the Fragrance Sun dye. The sentiment is from Daffodil Delight. The flourish stencil is on the inside, and she's used Distress Oxides in Salvage Patina and green on a brush. She's made her own backgrounds here. She's used the flourish stencil in the background there, just very lightly. She's again popped these up a little bit and used those. This is what I mean. She's used the circles in the middle. Can you see? Layered it up for her sentiment. And then we have, I'm going to pop these to one side because they're all going to fall on me. This one is from, another one from Carol. Carol, that's strange for you to do little cards. I don't know if you're there, but if you are, hello, and hopefully Sophia's there too. Martin, if you're listening, how's the healing going? I don't know if he is watching at the moment. I heard my mum go out the door, so I think they're in cahoots for something. I don't know what they're up to, those two. So we've got Fragrance Sun dye. The sentiment is from an older retired set that we had called Repot Rose, and the flourish stencil in the background, and she's stamped with VersaFine Smoky Grey and Distress Oxides in Weathered Wood, Salvage Patina and Kitsch Flamingo. I think she made her own background and then, or her own papers, and then cut that out, but it's quite cool. But it seems very strange to see Carol making small ones. Now Carol's about to get her hands very full. Carol, if you are watching, I'm not sure if you are, but if you are, tell me if I'm allowed to say anything yet. So this one is from Hazel. Hazel's been poorly, so she's now, fingers crossed, on the mend. Die set is Fragrance Sun. She's just used coloured paper, and she's used sentiment from Balloon Corners, which works perfect for this. I love the way this pops, the colours on this. And that's just a patterned paper that she had, and she's just literally die cut it. It's a little bit shiny, that paper, but it's really cool. And that sentiment works really well in there. And again, she's used those layers for the sentiment inside. Now mine comments seem to have frozen, so I don't know if it's because you're all just watching what I'm showing you, or if you're busy, or if we've gone down. Fragrance Sun for this one by Hazel. She's used white card coloured with a selection of inks, and the sentiment is from Vintage Wreath, and bless her, she's told me it's a 6x6 card, because I'm always trying to guess what card Hazel's used. So again, she's just used white cardstock, and she's done her own colouring on there. Again, makes it look a little bit 3D'd from here. Really pretty. And that's the kind of thing I really had in mind when I decided to do that one as a die. So next we have got, bear with me, I'm trying to grab them all. Floral with Love, if I can pick them all up. I think that's all of them. Yes. Floral with Love. Here we go. Ooh. You're concentrating. Oh, hi Carol. I was just asking, am I allowed to announce it, or are we going to wait till your hands are full? So This one is done by Helen, and it's using the Quilted Stencil and Floral with Love. And this is a sentiment that we had. This was one of my first ever sentiments, called Happy Birthday Script. And then we have got, oh, actually, Carol, if you want to, you can announce it. So this one is from Karen, and this is using floral. The sentiment is from Floral Reasons, and the die is the smaller part of Floral with Love. So this is the smaller flourish that comes with this. And by the looks of it, she's used black card. She hasn't popped on it. And using sparkle, she's used black card and put sparkling crystal embossing powder on it. And it's not picking it up, but it's got a glittery finish to it. And she's used it on the background here, on that black as well. So another one from Karen. And again, she's used squares and rectangles stencil on this, and sparkling crystal embossing powder and Versaclear ink in the background, but she hasn't told me what colour it was. Or Versacraft ink. Hasn't mentioned what colour it was. But again, really pretty. I love the way that stencil works in the background there. It just makes it really pop. So Carol's been busy bee with this one, cutting and doing all sorts. Floral with Love die, Floral Birthday Sentiment, and her Oxide re-inkers in Salvage Patina and Kitsch Flamingo. She had some help from her little girl doing all of her background papers, ready to die cut them. So Sophia's been a busy bee. Well done. There you go, Carol. That's Carol's big secret out. Carol is expecting twin boys next week. So congratulations, Carol and family. Can't wait to meet them. You didn't have to announce it, Carol, but I've been itching to tell everybody because it's exciting. So Sophia's going to be a big sister. So yeah, a lovely card from Carol. And as I say, Sophia helped with all the backgrounds on this. So thank you for all your hard work, Sophia. She'll be expecting a wage soon, Carol. So another one from Carol. She's been busy. Floor with Love die. Sentiment is from Tiger Lily. And I don't know what she's used on the background, but it's pretty cool. Pixie powders or something like that, I think. And just done die cut in white. Really pops. Popped a couple of little gems in there. Those little flowers I told you about that I've added onto the bigger die so you don't lose them. Because those tiny little dies we always lose. And I was like, we've got to get a way of doing this. So she's cut out some extra ones and added them in on that sentiment. Or on that flourish, which looks really cool. Then we have one from Hazel, a 6x6 card, and she has used Floor with Love, black card background, and the sentiment is from our Sentiments stamp set. Really pretty. So simple, but so pretty. And then last but not least on these, another one from Hazel, Floor with Love, Floral Wishes Sentiment, Versum Fine ink and a white embossing powder for the sentiment. Oh, cut you off there, look. Again, a 6x6 card. And just a couple of little pearls in there. And again, she's used those tiny little flowers just in the centres that are attached to that big set. I love the way that flourish sits that way around. We've got a bit of a leaning Tower of Pisa going on here now with all these cards. So I might have to stop in a minute and move them around. Right, so next we have Butterflies and Flowers Large Corner. So this one is from Helen, and she has used the Abstract Dot Stencil, Squares and Rectangles Stencil, Quilted Stencil. Sentiment is from Floral Best and All About Flowers. Tina, I like it. No fussy cutting, Amanda. We have got a little bit of fussy cutting on my demo today, but only a tiny little bit. So she's just used, I suppose it's like all your offcuts that you've got, and just built it up and made a little collage, and then she's cut the butterflies or coloured. No, I think she's done it a second time and cut the butterflies out and stuck on the top. So yeah, really pretty again. Just plain white, and these are like little tags, so you could put ribbons in there as well if you wanted to. But really pretty little card. Not that little, it's an 8x8 card. Then one from Karen, and she's used Squares and Rectangles Stencil. Sentiment is from our mini sentiment stamp set. And again, used sparkling crystal on here. So she's done what? a similar thing to what I'm going to do actually. And I hadn't flicked through all of these today. So she's cut out just the flowers and the butterflies and popped them on in a different colour. She's used a white pen just to add in some veins on those tiny little leaves that are there. And then in the background just ink that up. Really pretty card. And then we have another one from Karen, which is Squares and Rectangles Stencil. Mini sentiments, and again she's used white embossing powder and sparkling crystal embossing powders. So made her own background, squares and rectangle stencil on there, just lightly popped a couple of gems on there, and away you go. I love this one, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the colours on this one so well. And again, it's not really colours I would normally go for. You're going to get a sneak peek, look. Butterflies and Flowers large corner die, floral oval frame sentiment, and pixie powders on this one. So she's made the background first, and let's see if I can bring in the colours. Really is not colours I would normally go for myself, but I think it looks really, really effective. She's popped some dimension on there on all parts of this. So she's popped some 3D glue underneath here, and she's popped up all the flowers. She spent quite a bit of time on that one, making that one work. So again, just two of those, and just because when it's presented to you in a packaging, it is that way up, it doesn't mean you can't turn it around and put it that way up, or whichever way you want it to be. So don't forget, just because it comes in that form doesn't mean you have to use it in that form. But I love the way you've done that. Another one from Carol, and she's done a quite clever little trick on this one. Butterflies and Flowers large corner. The sentiment is from our Sympathy Sentiment stamp set, and again she's used pixie powders on here. So again, really pretty colours. You really can't see it. She's made her own background papers and then die cut it. But what she's done is she's taken the butterfly and she's made it, because it's only a half butterfly, the butterfly from the sides on here, and she's made it into a full butterfly there. Now, the cynics in us would say she's got a fingerprint there or something, but it really, really works. And she's done that little trick. Do you know that one that I like to do with the lines? That's what Carol has done there. So some from Hazel now. She's used background stencil, lovely bubbly. Sentiment is from Make a Wish, and this one is a 7x7 card. So she's die cut it in black, popped a couple of little pearls in the flowers. If you've got flat gems, so to speak, this one would fit through as a regular stamp, a regular letter, I believe. So she just die cut it in black and then just popped it on. This is that style I quite often use now, just blocking out a section. And you may very well see something very similar to this on TV when I do my demos, because I've got 2 days to get all my demos prepped for this next TV show. It's mad. Martin had his little accident at the start of our busiest 6 weeks of the year, bless him. So he was feeling very, very guilty. And as I said to him, it was going to happen wherever he was. So we have Butterflies and Flowers large corner. She's used various inks on here. This is another one from Hazel. Sentiment is from Floral Circles, and this is a 6.5 by 6.5 card. So she's actually chopped up parts of our Butterflies and Flowers large corner. So let's grab this and we'll see what she's done here. So we've got, by the looks of it, that section. Yeah, that section. And then she's also used, or is it that? Oh, not really sure. It's that section, look. And then she's cut out another part of it and popped it on there again. So, yeah, really clever idea. You don't have to use the whole thing. That's the nice thing about it. You can just use parts of it, and you can mix and match parts of the other stuff into it as well. And finally from Hazel, 7x7 card, using the leaf stencil in the background, and the sentiment is from Floral Best. And I told you, Leaning Tower of Pisa, and they all just fell. Thankfully, straight onto my fluffy carpet. Cut out in white, a couple of little gems in there, really clean and simple. And this is just a rectangle that she's cut out of some pattern paper she'd made. And this is from our Floral Best, the sentiments from Floral Best. I'll put the ones that didn't all fall back in the drawer, or back in the box, should I say. Then we are on to Floral Reasons. So we start off with one from Helen, and she's used the leaves background die as well. And Make a Wish, I believe, is from our General Sentiments stamp set. Can't be 100% sure what that one is. Again, she's done this, cut this out a couple of times so she can pop up some of the petals on the flower, and just popped a couple of little gems in there, inked the leaves but left the flower white to make it pop out. Really pretty card. Helen's on the move to Wales, so I'm hoping that Helen will find us a venue in Wales for our workshops. Fingers crossed, everybody. Next we have one from Karen, and she's used mesh and the mesh stencil and Floral Reasons mesh stamp, sorry, and Floral Reasons stamp for the sentiment, and it looks like, again, like she's cut this out twice and matted and layered. So we've got the stamp in the background with mesh, and then she's cut this out a couple of times and then fussy cut bits and pieces to make the flourish fuller, and added 2 flowers in there. Really pretty. This one is another one from Helen. No, sorry, this is from Carol. And Floral Reasons die and Butterfly Wishes sentiment. Again, just cut out in white and matte and layered. They've done a really good job, Amanda, haven't they? And we, as I say, we are only a small team, and we're about to lose Carol to a very busy life. Hopefully she'll still be able to pop in and out. She knows the door's always open to jump in and out whenever she wants. So, and this sentiment is, those we love don't go away, they walk beside us every day. I love that sentiment. And it's on our Butterfly Wishes, which is about to be retired. So it may make it onto something else to carry on its legacy, because I love that sentiment. Sometimes it's nice not to have to put with sympathy or something like that inside a card. I think that's a really nice one to do with that. Another one from Carol. She has used the Flourish background, Floral Reasons die, Tiger Lily sentiment, and excuse me, Distress Oxides in Villainous Potion, and Pixie Powders wilted. Again, colours I wouldn't ever put together, but I love it. I think they worked really well together. And again, it's not showing it at its best on the camera, but it's pearly, it's shiny, it almost looks like almost plastic. And I believe Sophia helped with these again. So she's been a busy bee, poor little Sophia. Cracking the whip. Another one from Karen. Used stamps, dot, and mini sentiments. The stencil is abstract dots, and she's coloured it with clean colour pens. So the clean colour pens you can make your own backgrounds with. She's just done a random, like, grungy type look to it, which I think really works quite well, which you would never think to do with something pretty and frilly, but I think it works well. Another one from, this is Hazel, I believe. Yep. Floral Reasons, coloured with various inks. Background is the Firework Burst, which you'll be pleased to know is back in stock again at the moment. And the sentiment is Floral Best, a 7x7 card. So Hazel's actually added in an extra one of our little daisy flowers on this one. But I love, love, love this card. Oh, I've squished that one up. Bear with me. Let me straighten that bit back out. Oh, there we go. To glue that piece down. So again, really pretty card. And that Firework Burst, you don't have to use the whole thing. She's just used a section of it. But it works really well. 2 more cards to go on this one. So we've got Floral Reasons cut in gold card. Background is the quilted stencil. And sentiment is from a Make a Wish stamp set. Friendship is a gift that lasts forever. Love it. She's used her own nesting dies here, but she's used the quilted die to quilted stencil in the background and run it through the die cut machine, so it's embossed as well as doing it in the background. I probably will do something like that, Ruth. We're about due another sentiment collection. It will come, I promise. And then last but not least on this one, we've got Floral Reasons, some striped paper. The sentiment is from All About Flowers, and it's a 7x7 card. Sending you a big hug so it's there when you need it. And she's literally given herself a wavy line, her own pattern paper in the background, and just cut it in white. There's nothing else being done with it, and it works beautifully. So on to the last one, which is our fine wine collection. So first off, we have one from Karen, and she's used mini sentiments on here, sparkling crystal embossing powder, a white gel pen, and a little bit of stickles in there as well. So she's drawn her own bubbles on here. Oh no, actually they're the berries from, I can't remember, one of our Christmas sets. It's got berries on there, so that works beautifully for that. Clever lady. She's made her own background, popped her fine liner pen around the edge to give it a frame, and I thought that had been embossed, but it's not. She's just used the gold pen on the lines that are available, already done, that are sort of given the detail on the glasses for you. Oh, and she's cut it out twice. So she's done it in black, and then she's put the white over the top, but left the flourishes in black. Another one from Karen, gold embossing powder, watercolours, fine liner pen, and the sentiment is from Mini Sentiments again. I think she's probably used, oh, she's die cut a circle there, but you could use our circles masks, stencil and mask. You could do the same thing with this and make your own bubbles in the background. Pretty cool, really, bit funky. And again, she's die cut this and embossed it with embossing powder. So just go all over it with Versamark ink and then heat emboss it. Then we have another one from Carol, and she has used here the fine wine die flame stencil, distress oxides, and a selection of other bits and pieces, and again pixie powders for the background. So we've got the flame stencil in the background here, very lightly done. Somebody's 40th birthday coming up by all accounts, and I wish I was 40. And then the flame in the background, oh, on the inside, just for you to write. But remember, and she's used actually the flourishes out of the top of the wine glasses in the corners as well. So another pretty card. So this one is also from Carol. It's the fine wine die and a not named die on there for the wedding day. As I said, makes a lovely wedding card. That's exactly why we had the design team, Carol. So again, she's used that lovely technique of mine that I love to do with the lines on the background. She's just done it in silver. We'd make a fabulous silver wedding anniversary card as well. You've missed lots, Heather. You'll have to go back and watch us. And then she's die cut them on the inside as well. So Carol's a fab. She listens to what I say about carrying it through, and she never misses a trick. So yeah, really nice wedding card, but also it would make a nice wedding invitation as well, actually. So you could do a lot with that. Wedding season coming up now. We have 2 more to go. So this one is fine wine, and she's used the stars, stencils, and mask in the background. The sentiment is from Daffodil's Delights, and it's a 6x6 card. So we've got the stars sentiment, the stars, stencils, and masks. And it has lots of different sizes on it. So that's what she's using in the background. She's cut the flourishes off here and just made her own bubbles with a couple of gems on there. So I think that worked really well as well. And then last but not least, as far as the cards go, this one again is from Hazel, and it's die cut heart of her own. But before she has run the firework burst stencil through a die cut machine. Then she has cut it out into a heart shape. The sentiment is from Relatively Little Words, and it's a 6x6 card. How cool is that? Now, she's used the firework burst stencil in the background. I don't know if you're going to pick it up. Oh, there we go. You can see on the heart. So the centre of that die stencil is here, and she's embossed it really lightly. It's not going to give you a harsh embossing, that particular die stencil, because it's not, the lines are quite fine, so you won't get huge detail on it, but it's really, really effective on that. I really like that idea. I might be pinching that for one of my demos. Might not be a heart, but I might well work something. So that is the last of the sample cards. So just because Heather's just joined us, we'll show you what you missed, Heather. So the new dies are Butterflies and Flowers Large Corner, Fine Wine, Floral with Love, and with this one, your tiny little flowers are all connected to the big die so you don't lose them. Fragrant Sun and Floral Reasons. They are all available on our website. So if I put these samples out of our way, then I can happily do a quick demo, and it will be quite a quick one. So what are we doing? Carol, when did you sneak in? Did I miss you? Or did you not pipe up that you were there? I don't know. I don't know. So what are we using? We are using Butterflies and Flowers Large Corner die. We're also using, sorry, it's not all prettily organised, is it? VersaFine Onyx Black for the sentiment with our anti-static bag. Wallflowers is the sentiment we're using out of here, which is Have a Fabulous Birthday. We're also using, going back to an oldie, our brick wall stencil. We've got our black cardstock and our white cardstock also. And they both come in 2 different weights. So let's put these out of the way for a moment and pull up what we're going to be using. We are also using Distress Oxides. Let me just put my mat out quickly. The new stamps will hopefully be out in probably for our May show, which is the beginning of May. Amanda's asking this question. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. Did I just have to hold on to it? There we go. Just because I'm greasy, when are the new stamps? When will new stamps be in sale? On sale, I think that's supposed to be. We had hoped to launch some more new stamps as well for our birthday week month, but unfortunately with everything that's gone on, something had to give, and for my sanity, unfortunately it was finishing the new stamps. So they will be out, but it will probably be our May release. So watch this space. Right, so card sizes, here we go. Yes, there will be another payday between the two, I promise. So you will need an 8x8 card. You will also need a 7.5 inch square in black and a 7.25 inch square in white. And when you cut these sizes off an A4 sheet of paper, hang on to those bits of cardstock, because that's what we're using tonight. The offcuts of those bits of cardstock. Distress Oxide colours are Worn Lipstick, Picked Raspberry, Fossilized Amber, Cracked Pistachio, and yeah, nothing difficult, Amanda, and Peacock Feathers. For those of you that have done our workshop and my fabulous instructions that really didn't make much sense, I will be getting those out to you, but it may not be until after TV at this rate. It might be the week after next. I have finally finished them and ironed out all the hiccups. I've just got to get them all sent to you. So bear with me. I might, for those of you in our Newcastle workshop that have a Facebook group going, not a Facebook group, a WhatsApp group going, I may well post them on there for you guys so that you've got them. Sorry, I'm stretching over trying to reach all the bits I've tucked up out of the way. Right, so I have done some of the die cutting of this in advance, but just so that you can see how easily these die cut out, I want to cut one out to show you. Bear with me. I can't leave I don't leave my brushes out unless I'm using them out of their cases, because obviously I prepped this earlier today. So we're just going to come off that with those so we get the full screen. Some of you will recognise a very old, fun-loving, one of the original Big Shots. I can't bring the camera in any closer. So we'll rotate. I think that's about as far as I can go without. Right, so grab my die. You may wobble a little bit for a moment. So I have got a magnetic board under here. Die. Pop that down. Look, I treated myself to new plates. Don't you love using new plates? It's sad, isn't it? So this is our 250 or our 300 GSM. It's just an offcut of cardstock. I'm going to place that on the top. And I'm going to run that through. I think they're the easiest measurements I've ever given you, Amanda. You're welcome. Right. It's all full of static, look. So this just shows you how easily this die cuts out. Perfectly. Now you have got all your little extra holes in there for, bear with me. There we go. If I whip this out of the way, now that we die cut it, see, you can see that my display in the background does get used. So I've just got a pokey tool here, kebab stick actually. I'm just going to pop out all those extra bits. Normally I would probably use a tumble dryer sheet to take off any static and to help release our die. It doesn't need any help to come out. It's just, obviously it's a lot of detail. There is a little bit, Amanda, but it's not going to hurt, I promise. So there are the little holes in here to help you release your die. So don't be stretching it and pulling it about. Use those, they're there to help you. I have die cut all the others already. You don't need to watch me die cut 3 images. But remember, you've got quite a lot of detail on here, so work with them. As I say, with a fine detailed die, I would normally use my quick release sheets or a tumble dry sheet to help it release, just because I don't want to stretch those flourishes out. There we have it. See the fine detail on that die? It is so pretty. Great minds think alike. Look. Ooh, looking forward to seeing it, Pat. So, as I said, we are fussy cutting a couple of pieces, but only a couple, and it is literally the flowers. So I've done these so that if you wanted to, you can mat and layer them, but without having the extra dies, which always bumps the cost up for everybody, us and you. I've tried to keep them as cost effective as possible. So just a little bit of snipping out will give you those flowers without having to have it as a separate die. See? Can you cope with that, Amanda? Hi, Mum. I'm sure you can manage that, Amanda. It's almost like cutting off those little bits that you get with the pre-cut die cut sheets. Okay, now I did the butterflies. Put those scissors away. No. It is such a simple little bit, Amanda. You can manage that. I know you can. I have faith in you. And that last flower. Not in the shop. They're not. They won't be probably until the end of the month, because our supplier isn't back in the country till the end of the month. So unfortunately we won't probably get them till then. You can't have used all of those that you bought the other day. You bought from us already. But they will be coming. Right, so that's all I wanted you to cut out. Ooh. I didn't know that, Pat. See, look, we all learned something. Here we go. Pat says the inside bags of cereal boxes is so good for easing the intricate dyes out. Well, who knew? See, we learn something every day. So, as I said, I've cut it out 3 times. Right, we're going to stick this. I want to make this pop. So by putting a black layer behind it on the coloured design I'm going to do, it will hopefully make it pop. Oh, by the way, I'm also using glue. I forgot to tell you I'm using glue. And crystal clear embossing powder. Although you probably won't see me use that because I've already done it. So I found the easiest way to do this was to pop a little bit of glue in the centre of each of the flowers. I then also picked up on the bigger images just with tiny, no, that's coming out a bit faster than I want it to. A tiny amount of glue. It takes the tiniest amount to make this stick. But without doing that, again, we don't want too much coming out. And do this on your craft mat, because it might squidge out from underneath. Don't do it straight on top of your image that you're planning on using. You will be really sad. I must have an air bubble in my glue because it's coming out too fast. And that is way too big for what I wanted. So literally the tiniest amounts. And then I'm going to put my white one over the top, and I'm working with the flowers to guide me. It will make sense when we put this card together. And by using the wet glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room to get these down how you want it to be. And because the glue may seep out in places, that's why I say do it on your craft mat first. Don't do it over the top of your finished project. Right, let's just wipe that down. Get rid of the glue that we had floating around. Right, so we are going to colour these pieces, obviously using our inks. But actually, before we colour them, I'm going to pop them to one side because I need to show you what we're colouring. So we've got our Make Art Station. And our white piece of cardstock. We're going to pop our stencil on here. It's a brick wall, so try and get it level, but if you're not going to get it level, make it purposefully not level so it's squiffy. Don't try and do it and fail. Right, I have popped a piece of scrap just on here, just in case for some reason I slip and it goes over the edge. I don't want to get that hard line from the brick wall on here. I don't know where the day's gone. Is it just me, or is it since the clocks changed, the days just disappear? Right, so I'm going to go in first off with our worn lipstick and just ink the side. Not very heavy, but enough to know it's there. But I'm also not going right to the edge. But if you think about our die, where have I popped it? There we go. It's slightly chunkier down the bottom end. Oh, I just realised I'm completely off the camera. So I've just inked that up and I'm making the bottom section a little bit wider than the other. And then we're going to go in with picked raspberry. Again, not particularly heavy. And then back with the worn lipstick just to blend those two together. Then we've got Fossilized Amber. And then again back with the picked raspberry over that, just where the two colours meet, and it helps blend the colours back together. Then we've got, I might go a little bit darker there, we go. Then we've got cracked pistachio. We're not going in a straight line, doesn't have to be perfect. Wow, that was really wobbly, wasn't it? Back in with that Fossilized Amber over the join. And then last but not least, peacock feathers. And back in with the cracked pistachio just to join those two colours together, or blend those two colours together. Hopefully we'll then have a nice pretty border. You don't have to go hard up to that edge if you don't want to. I did one earlier and I didn't. And I think I prefer it without the hard edge. So I'm going with the one I did earlier. I'm just going to stick these two pieces, these bits together. So we're going to take our card, black cardstock on the top. And then our white layer on top of that. And pop that to one side. Oh, before I pop that to one side, remember the ink that's on your stencil. Go in and just, with the brushes, add that texture, or that detail on the inside. I'm not holding it down, I'm just using up what's on there, top to bottom, just to bring that card all the way through. I'm going to pop that to one side. Then back to those flowers that we fussy cut. So I'm just going to colour these. I have already done these, but just so that you can see what I did. Right, we've snipped this out and I want to take this flower and snip it again, just to line up where these petals are being held together. You have to wait till June, Amanda. I believe Christmas is in June for us. So I've just snipped those in just to give the petals that movement. The others I think have all already got that snipped out. Yes. So we are going to take our butterflies. Where's my card? So this is going to sit on here, like so. And then our butterflies are around here and up here. And then our flowers, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to colour coordinate them in the area that they're in, roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we'll just ink those flowers. I'm not going to do them all. I have already done them and I have already stuck them on. I'm just going to do this one to show you, and then we've already got it prepared. So again, just to give them a little bit of shape, I'm just pulling that. Like you would do shred the ribbon, and then just using my nail just to flip those up. Pop a little gem in the middle and then work out on your card where that petal fits, or those petals fit. Okay, I've done the same with all of the others that we cut out, that we fussy cut out, and that is what we come up with. So it gives it some dimension. I'm just going to get rid of that pink ink off there, because that's going to spread everywhere. Oh. And I'm thinking maybe we should home in a little bit, just so that you can see the detail on this. There we go. Easter starts tomorrow, does it, Amanda? So it must mean you go back really straight after Easter. Wow. Right, so I thought the Easter holidays would have been a bit later than that. So I'm just going to stick this on, again, picking up the bigger detail to hold the die down. But don't forget some of the smaller bits, because you don't want them to flip up. I've definitely got an air bubble in this glue. I'll have to undo the lid and deal with that, because we're going to squidge out. Now there is a weak point, just let me point that out, so be careful. There's a weak point there on this, so it's a bit top heavy if you're working with this. Pop that down. And if you do it with wet glue, it gives you a little bit of wiggle time. If you do it with a normal glue, it won't. Or with tape, obviously you won't get that time. Just going to give my flowers a little bit more dimension there. I want them to sit proud of those, of the underneath one. Come on, monkeys. So hopefully that's all stuck. And the same with the butterflies. We're just going to pick up that coloured bit. I've just stuck the body of those butterflies. I haven't stuck anything else down, because I want to get the dimension. So it's my birthday on Easter Monday, Amanda. So you're going back to work day after my birthday. It's a good job we're not out partying, eh? So, and then just a little sentiment on there, which I got from that Wallflowers, the new Wallflowers release, which was our last release. And we're just going to pop "Have a fabulous birthday" on there. So you've seen me do this style of card before. I love this style of card. I love the white space that comes with it. And I love the fact that it's not in your face. It's a quick, easy card to make. By popping that black layer behind that die, it really makes it pop. I hope you can see that on there. And I hope you enjoyed it. So, quick run back through what our new dies are. And then I'll leave you to your evening. Oh, I've got a couple of things to tell you about, but then I'll leave you to your evening. So, pop this to one side out of our way a moment. So we have got our Floral Reasons die. And then we've got Fragrant Sun. Then we've got Floral with Love, Fine Wine, and the one we've just used, Butterflies and Flowers, Large Corner. You would still party. I think it's going to be a quieter birthday this year, unfortunately, but we'll make up for it in the summer. So that's the new dies. So what have we got to tell you about? So our next Facebook Live will be on the 17th of April. As I've mentioned, hello Angela, you were there quietly in the background. Glad you liked the card. So TV on the 10th of April, we're on at 3 o'clock and 7 p.m. So afternoon and evening. And then we have but before that, this weekend, we're in Gateshead for Craftorama at the Gateshead Stadium. So a nice lineup of exhibitors there. So hopefully we'll see lots of you there. So I've mentioned earlier that we've got one place come available for our Coventry workshop Let me come back. You can have a look at me now. Look, that's haircut on Wednesday. So we've got one place come available on our Coventry workshop. We have also released most of the dates now for our autumn workshops. We've still got one to come, which will be released in a couple of weeks' time, which is Coventry. But a bit of news for you. So we have our Portsmouth one, which is the 6th of September, Saturday the 6th of September. Then we have Newcastle on the 11th of October. I think we only have one place left on Newcastle, maybe two. We're in Ruffham in Suffolk on the 25th of October. And then those of you in the north that are at our Wigan event, used to be Lee, we moved it to Wigan. We are moving to Haydock. We have a new hotel in Haydock, the Mercure, I think it's called. And Ruffham is your birthday. I'll have to remember that, Amanda. Yeah, so the new venue is in Haydock, which is closer to our Lee venue than the venue that we'd moved to, which I know lots of ladies struggled to get to that other venue because of the M6. So this is Lee side of the M6, I believe. So yeah, that's some news for you there. I think that's everything I need to tell you about. Yeah, we would love to see you all in joining us for TV on next Thursday evening. This time next Thursday it'll all be over. My goodness, that whole week is just going to whiz by. So hopefully lots of you can join us. I hope you've enjoyed the evening this evening with all the new goodies. Thank you again to our amazing design team. Good luck, Carol. It's going to be a roller coaster. Take care, everybody. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you all again on the 17th of April. Take care. Bye.